Hey there tech heads, welcome back to another video. And if this is really right now, really that guy. Okay, so let's try that again. Hey there tech heads, welcome back to another video. If this is your first time here, welcome to TechPhD, where we talk about everything tech for everyone. And today we're going to be taking a look at this. Now, this spinny floppy thing in my hand is called a gimbal or a smartphone stabilizer, and this is the Zhiyun Smooth Q, and it is one of the best smartphone stabilizers you can get for the price. This was about $50, or you can get it even for less if it's slightly used, and it takes your smartphone videography game to a whole other level. If you don't believe me, just stay tuned, check out the video. With that said, let's get right into it. So first of all, the Zhiyun Smooth Q comes in a plain white box with a picture of the stabilizer on top. Opening that, you're greeted with this. So this is a hardcover carrying case. This has seen better days. Like I said, I got this fairly used, so it has been scuffed up a little bit, but you have the carrying case. It has these black straps, which you can use to sling it across your back or across your body. So it makes it like a lot easier to carry around. And opening up the carrying case, inside of it, you get the smartphone gimbal itself. Now, this gimbal is made of plastic all around, and it has some metal parts to it as well. It is quite heavy or hefty, whichever you prefer to call it, and it's a 3-axis gimbal, so it rotates or it stabilizes your videography on 3 different axes. When it comes to the I/O of this gimbal, at the back you've got a full USB-A port towards the bottom, covered by this rubberized flap. On the bottom, you've got a screw so you can mount this to your tripod if you would like to do that and get some of those really nice tripod plus gimbal shots. And by the side, in order to charge the gimbal, you've got a micro USB connector. Now, micro USB is not really my favorite connector, but this is a pretty old stabilizer, so I mean, you can't really blame them. Plus, for the price, pretty much expected. The gimbal does come with a micro USB cable in the box, so there isn't really much for you to complain about. Now, going straight into the gimbal itself, it's got some knobs at the back and what I call this in the middle, and you have to loosen this screw in the middle so you can extend the gimbal in order to take your phone, whatever the size of your phone may be. I believe if your phone is bigger than 5.5 inches or so, you're going to need to extend the arm of the gimbal. Otherwise, it will not stabilize when you turn it on. Now, going straight to the front of the gimbal, you've got a couple of buttons. On top, you've got a joystick where you can manually adjust the panning up or down of your smartphone, or if it's in the second mode, you can manually pan your phone diagonally. Now, I'm going to show some samples of that later on in the video. Beneath that, you've got the mode button. So there are 3 different modes for this gimbal. The first mode is the free mode, so to say, and it defaults to this mode when you turn on the gimbal. So in this mode, it just tries to make sure that your footage is as stable as possible in all angles or in all aspects. Wherever you are trying to shoot from, it automatically tries to adjust for any movement that occurs. If you're trying to pan around, you need to flick your wrist in order to do that, and then the gimbal will quickly pan around to a new subject. If you double tap on the mode button, it goes into the pan mode or the follow mode, where it is focused on one thing and you can slowly use this to pan around. This mode is actually really good for landscape shots, or if you're trying to follow a specific object or something like that. This is the mode where you get to adjust the tilt of your video diagonally, either left or right, by swiping on the joystick or pushing on the joystick either left or right. And in the first mode, if you tilt up or down, then the video tilts up or down as well. When you triple tap on the mode button, it flips the phone around and you get to use your rear cameras for selfie video, as you can see right here. So this is what most vloggers or YouTubers who do a lot of vlogs, that's vloggers, what am I saying? But this is what most vloggers do, where they are showing you what's in front of them and all of a sudden it spins around and shows their face. they probably have a gimbal like this that just has a mode where you use your rear cameras to record your face. Now, if you do download the Zhiyun companion app for your phone, I mean, there are a lot of other camera apps which you can use, but if you do decide to use the Zhiyun companion app, there is a record button at the bottom beneath the mode button, so you can use this to start or stop your recordings or take pictures if that is what you decide to do with it. There are also some indicator lights. There is this blue indicator light that flashes when the gimbal is, it always flashes. But when you try to turn the gimbal on, you need to press down and hold on the mode button, and then if there is a phone connected to the gimbal, it will turn on and automatically begin stabilizing. But if there's nothing connected to the gimbal, as you can see, you press down and hold, it detects that there is nothing connected to it, and it just does not do anything, so to say. The gimbal does last quite a decent amount of time while on a single charge, but I haven't really been able to time it directly, but I think you should be able to get a couple of hours of shooting into this. But I doubt you will have the capacity or memory space, or even your phone's battery will last up to 4 hours of continuous shooting. But because of the massive size of the gimbal's battery, it does charge pretty slowly, especially because of that micro USB connector as well. It would take anywhere between 2 to 6 hours to charge, depending on what level the battery is currently at. So here is some footage of me just casually walking with and without the use of the gimbal. I turned off the video stabilization for my phone, the Galaxy Note 10 Plus, in this sample, just to accentuate just how much help the gimbal does do. The handheld footage is very, very shaky, and even when I do turn on video stabilization, while it is a lot smoother, the only thing comparable to how steady the gimbal is when I turn on super steady mode on the Galaxy Note 10 Plus. But not every smartphone has optical image stabilization, not to even mention super steady mode like on this device. Taking a look at the sample from the gimbal, you can see that it is in an entirely different league of its own. Here, I tried going up and down some stairs and walking on some uneven terrain to see if the gimbal did a good job at stabilizing it, and I was really, really pleased with the results that I got. It seemed like I was walking on just a normal plain floor. Meanwhile, I was actually walking on very, very uneven surfaces. Here are some other video samples of the Zhiyun Smooth Q gimbal in action. Enjoy. So with all that said, I believe the Zhiyun Smooth Q gimbal has been one of the most important investments I have made for the channel, as it helps take the quality of the B-roll and the steadiness and so on and so forth to an entirely different level. And then there's so much more you can do with it. If you're looking into starting out a career or taking up filmmaking as a hobby, then stabilization is something that you're going to need, and for your smartphone, a gimbal is necessary. And when it comes to gimbals, and 3-axis gimbals to be more specific, the Zhiyun Smooth Q is one of the most affordable and best quality choices that you've got there. So let me know if you do have a gimbal, or if you do use a gimbal for your content creation, in the comment section right below the like button, and let me know what you also think about the Zhiyun Smooth Q gimbal. With that said, you stay cool, stay safe, wear your mask as always, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.